this video lecture, we are going to talk about operator module in Python, and just like there are operators, there are also built-in functions, library functions in Python, and there are a lot of library functions, and in this video lecture we are going to talk specifically about relational functions. Okay, so what I mean by that, I'm sure you are aware of relational operators, right? What are relational operators? Relational operators are like equal to, greater than, less than. These are operators that are used to compare values and tell if these values are equal, or if one value is greater than the other value or less than the other value, right? So similarly, there are relational functions. Okay, just like we have relational operators, we also have relational functions, and these functions are actually part of this operator module, this one. Okay, so every time you want to use these relational functions, you need to import operator module, and then you can use these functions. So let me write. These are all the functions. So if you want to know if something is, if two values are equal to each other, for that we have eq function. And similarly, if you want to know whether these values are not equal to, for that we have not equal to. So it's called an e function, right? If you want to know if something is less than the other value, so for that function is le. And if you want to know if it is less than or equal to, so for that we have le. So less than, equal to. So I'm sorry, for less than, equal to, we have le, and if it is just less than, then we will have lt. Okay, lt. And similarly, we have if you want to know if it is greater than, then the value would be gt. And if you want to know if it is greater than or equal to, the value will be ge. Okay, so in simple terms, like usually when we use them, we write so for example, if I have to see if a is greater than b, so I'm going to write if a greater than b. And if I want to see if a is greater than or equal to b, so it will be a greater than, equal to. So these are operators, these. And in this case, we are talking about functions. So these are functions. Okay, these were operators. These one. These are operators, right? And these are functions. Okay, and every time you want to use them, you need to import operator module. And there are a lot of functions. These are just relational functions. You also have other mathematical functions like for addition, multiplication, etc. We'll do that in the coming video lectures, but today I'm talking about relational functions only. So let me give you an example. The first thing you need to do is you need to import operator module. So for that you will use keyword operator, and then you will write operator. Okay, And once you have done that, you can, work on two arguments at a time. So for example, let's say I want to know if 2 and 3 are equal. So I need to use EQ function, right? And for that, I first will, I'll write operator, so name of the module, dot, and when you write dot, you have all these options. All these functions are part of operator module, and I need EQ, right? So EQ, and then I need to give two values. So let's say 2 comma 3. Okay, and just like with relational operators, they have this boolean value, like it will be either true or false. Similarly, for these functions, you will get either true or false. So 2 is not obviously not equal to 3, so you will get a false, right? And instead of giving direct values, you can also use variables. So suppose you have two variables, a and b. A is 9 and let's say b is 8, and you want to know whether a is greater than b, or maybe whether a is greater than or equal to b, right? And for that, we had function ge. So you need to remember this. The comparison between these two arguments now will go like, so if I say a comma b, so it's gonna be if a is greater than b or equal to b, okay, because I'm using ge. So this is how it's going to compare these values. It's not like if b is greater than a, it will be like if a is greater than b. So in this case, the answer will be true because a is obviously greater than b. And similarly, you can use other functions. You can use gt, you can use not equal to, less than equal to, this lt, right? This le. So let me give you another example where you will understand the difference between gt and ge, lt and le. So because they actually look similar, but they are not. So let me show you the difference between gt and ge first. So let's say this is the main difference. If I'm using a ge operator, okay, and values are same, right? I'm gonna get true. Why? Because ge is greater than or equal to. So if a is greater than b, so in this case a is 7, b is also 7. So obviously a is not greater than b, it is actually equal to b. But ge gives you this option if a is greater than b or if it is equal to b. Answer should be true, right? So that's why if a is not greater than b but a is equal to b, it's gonna give you true. Okay, but if you are using g t, which is greater than, so there is no equal to, there is no concept of equal to, and both values are equal, it's gonna give you false because it says greater than. So a is greater than b, then answer should be true. So it's not like that. A is not greater than b. A is in fact equal to b, right? So both the values are equal, and that is why the answer would be false. Okay, and similarly you can use lt, le, less than, equal to, and not equal to. Let me give you one simple example. So operator dot and e, so not equal to, obviously a and b are not equal, so I'm going to give a and b, and answer would be true. Okay, and similarly if values are equal, so let's say 7, 7, answer would be false because and e meaning not equal to. Okay, so if the values are not equal to each other, it's going to give true, else it's going to give false, right? And similarly with similarly you can do the same if you want to know if the values are less than or less than equal to. So operator dot less than, so a is less than b, right? So first value is less than second value, so obviously it's gonna give false because a is 9 and b is 8. Let me change the value. So suppose first value is 7 and second is 9, it will be true, right? Similarly if both the values are same, so let's say 99, it's gonna give you false. But if you're using less than equal to and both the values are same, it is going to give you true. So this is how relational functions work.